lead off, whoever jumps in there first.
I can hop in, Ken. Hey, Terry, hope you're well, man. Can you kind of take us through how this all went down with Brett, like who reached out to who and how this came to be?
Well, it was one of those. It was one of those deals where I've been trying for the last couple of years, trying to get on, and I just kind of stuck to him, and almost was like it was almost like a deal where it was fleas on. And I just kind of just kept on reaching out to him, calling, texting him, and a couple of other staff guys that was on the staff. I just kind of kept doing the same thing, until I just got to respond, and that was it.
And I know he didn't offer you out of high school, correct? So what's it mean that he recruited you now as part of his staff, and what's this mean for you to be back?
It was one of those deals where it was two of us coming out of high school, me and Craig Appleton, and Craig was one of those guys where he was already college-ready size. He was 6'4" and every bit of 200 pounds solid, and he was already ready to go in and play, like I said, with true size already. And me, on the other hand, I had talks with him coming out of high school, but it was one of those, he never actually set the offer out there, but I'm actually now grateful that coach is actually giving me the opportunity now as a man and my alma mater at that, and just to come in and ready to get down with it.
Thanks, Terry. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Terry, great to see you back here. It's really good. Glad you realized your dream. What are you going to be doing? It's kind of day to day. I know it's kind of developing, but what's your thoughts about what the job is going to entail? Like mostly, what's your thesis statement for you?
How you doing, Bob? Hope
good.
Well with you as well.
Thanks.
But my actual title is the Director of High School Personnel and Alumni Relations. So I'm dealing with a lot of other recruiting in-state guys, and just reaching out to in-state coaches and building a relationship with those guys, and on top of building a relationship with alums that's high school coaches are dealing with high school kids as far as training those kids and things like that. So me just reaching out to those guys and staying in contact and building a relationship with them.
Long term, what do you see yourself doing? Could you be an assistant coach down the road? Would that be an idea? Would you like the player personnel side maybe a little bit more?
Well, as of right now, I'm gonna take it day by day and let that consider on down the road to see how far it goes from here. But I'm just going to make my job, do my job now, and do it the best I can. And just keep stacking the days here.
Last thing, is it hard to leave the East Side? I mean, you've been such a part of that place. Your alma mater, you were coach of that team. How hard was it to say goodbye to those guys?
It was pretty hard. Me bringing the guys up at the end. Actually, when it was announced that I had the job here, bringing the guys up, and it was hard because of the fact that I was just named interim head coach there as well, and some of the guys took it hard. I got a few calls from the guys after practice once they got into practice, and but it was one of those deals where it was the better for me, better for my son's life. So a lot of those guys understood it, and just hopefully the relationship will stay built with me and those guys back at home. But I don't think no one took it personal.
Thanks, Terry. Great talking to you again.
Thank you, Bob.
Hi, Terry. Nice to meet you. You were a downstate kid, and Coach B spoke last week about the importance of Illinois getting downstate kids. Can you kind of hit on the importance of that as you can attest to it? I know recruiting is not your main role, but it's definitely something that you're going to be doing a little bit of.
It's one of those where I'm going to, like I said, just try to continue to build. I have that relationship with a lot of coaches back at home, just off of conference play and, just guys that know me around the area. So just going to try to continue to build those relationships with those guys and reaching out and, just staying in contact with them.
And then I guess for you on a personal level, what does it just mean to be back here at Illinois, a place where you had a lot of success as a player, and now you get to kind of start a new career path, kind of on the coaching side, I guess?
It means a lot to be back, at my alma mater, and it's one of those where, like I said, I was trying to get on for the longest just to help me personally help the program, keep building the program, and the program back where it was. I think now we actually at a stage where the coach staff that Coach B has brought in is phenomenal, and we in here building a family, and we just going from there and try to get the guys that's going to come in and help contribute to the program.
Hey, Tara, I'm just curious your thoughts on the facility changes. It's a little bit different since you were here. Sure, your office is a little nicer than whoever was in that chair when you were here. So, what are your thoughts on all the new facilities?
It's great. It's great. I wish we would have had them when we was here, but can't go back on the past, But I feel like we're at the point now with the facilities that we're able to compete facility-wise around the nation, and some of the guys, some of the recruits that can come in and see it for themselves. Hopefully, once this pandemic is over, that we'll have some guys to come in and actually see that our facilities are up the part where, like I said, we can compete around the nation now.
And since your job title has, alumni relations in it, I'm sure you'll be reaching out to a lot of former teammates and everything else. Have you any stories of who you've reached out to so far, or any conversations you've had?
I've had a few conversations with a lot of the guys that's up in the Chicago area, up north a little bit. I had a few conversations with some of the guys out in Cali and in the Florida area that's coaching. My thing is just try to reach out to many as alums that I can that's touching kids right now.
Thanks.
Hey, Terry, Joey Wagner with Illini Inquirer. Good to meet you. You said you had been trying to do this for a while now. When did you identify that you wanted to come back and be a part of this program? Was it pretty quickly after you left, or did it take a little time? I guess, how did you know and when did you know?
No, it was one of the deals where I came once I stopped playing due to injury, and from the NFL and from the CFL. I wanted to get my feet wet into coaching back on the high school level first, just to see if that's what I really wanted to do. And after 2 years, 3 years of coaching on the high school level back at my high school, it was one of those where I was like, hey, I feel like I want to go back to the college level and give back to the college level now to the kids, give them the knowledge and the experience that I had and wish I should have had when I was here.
What knowledge or experience specifically like that you got here that you want to pass along to other people? Like what's important for you to deliver as a message?
For the main part, it's the key to just taking care of your body and stacking days and taking it one by one. Not go ahead and rushing it. Listening to the coaches more. Actually taking serious on what's been actually taught to you.
Thanks, Terry. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Terry, Colin Likas from the News Gazette. Good to meet you. First of all, I don't know if you were part of the Zoom that happened back in December when Brett first got hired and he was talking to all the former Illini and things like that. But regardless, I'm sure you kind of formed impressions of him once his hiring was announced. I mean, what were your initial impressions of him when he got hired at Illinois? And since you've got to talk to him more and actually come here, how have those maybe changed or how have they been maybe affirmed?
Coach is a winner, you know, and he knows how to win. He's been in the Big Ten before, and he knows what it's going to take to get to that big stage, you know. And it's one of those where even from that Zoom call to my interview to now that I'm in the building, it's always been the same, and that's building a family. And that I think that's big from coming from a head coach. You know, that's the first thing you want to build.
And George McDonald talked to us about this as well. And I know you don't have quite the same role as he does, but he talked about, you know, coming back here and what the emotions were like, you know, when he came back to Memorial Stadium and things like that. Have you kind of had any similar emotions like that since you took this job? I know it hasn't been too long, but have you felt similar emotions?
I say the first practice when I ran out there on the field, I mean, it was almost like I was running back out there again to play. But it's definitely different, you know, and it's a different emotion feeling that you get coming from playing to now actually standing on the sideline and watching.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Hey, Terry, I had one quick follow-up. When we were speaking with Tony Adams a week or so ago, I kind of mentioned you coming back with you guys both being from that 618 area. He said he grew up watching you at East St. Louis with his friends, and they kind of called you Black Cat. I guess that was your nickname back then. Have you had a chance to build a relationship with him and talk about some of those experiences that you guys probably have?
Yeah, I actually have, you know, and I actually have a great relationship with Tony, and it was one of those where he called and got advice from me even when on his decision on to stay or to leave, you know, and he's always been that guy. Even sometimes when he came back home, you know, I was one of those guys where he'll call me, hey, coach, can I work out with you? Know, can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? You know, great kid that's always fighting for the better of his career, you know. And even when I got here, even when it was announced that I was coming, TA, he called me like, hey, coach, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm like, hold up, you can't get too pumped now. I ain't coaching on the field, so you got to pump your brakes a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Terry, if I could get one quick follow-up. If a high school coach or recruit asks you why Illinois means so much to you or how it shaped you, I guess what would your response be to them?
My home state. It's my home school. You know, every other school is on top. Why not Illinois?
Thanks, Terry.
Anything else for Terry? Okay, you're good to go.